how does a fight? I mean, I think it was even like 2 years ago when you might have been like 3-0 or something like that, and you was just like, "Yo, I want to fight Loma." You was telling me that from like the beginning, man. Like, do you kind of look at because like we already know, Shakur is gonna aim for the winner or something like that. Do you kind of look at the loser of that fight, like a Lomachenko, who is top five in the division? You look at that and say, "All right, I want him then."
Nah, but nah, not them for real. I mean, I would want to. I still do want to fight Lomachenko, and I still think I can. I still think I probably am. Like, but I'm really going for the belt at this point. I kind of got that Lomachenko mindset. I'm going for the belt at this point. Like, if I got to fight Lomachenko to get me ranked higher to get to a belt, I will fight Lomachenko.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like for like my homecoming, I'll
Got
fight Lomachenko for my homecoming because I'm not losing at home.
what do you think about Loma overall as a fighter? Do you think he's quite the same, or do you think he's slipped considerably, a little bit? What do you kind of think?
He just on his way out, man. It's time for him just to start racking up these checks. He already had his reign of him being undisputed and him being world champion. It's just his time for him to start racking up these checks, man.
Mm. So do you kind of feel that at this point he is mostly doing it for the money and not necessarily because he thinks he can win?
I don't know what he's doing it for. I can't tell you. I can't tell you that. I ain't his manager or him. But as far as his younger generation, he don't got enough. Like he don't got enough, and he already smaller than us. He don't
Mm.
got enough will anymore. Like he's not the younger fighter anymore. He's an older fighter, and that's just fact of the matter. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. Fair
He
enough.
still is Lomachenko though. He still is Lomachenko, but it's just young. This young group right here, the young great group. He can't. I don't think he can beat any of us.
So yourself, Shakur, obviously, Devin, Frank, you don't think he could beat any of those guys?
Hank, Ryan,
Them too. Yeah, them
he
too.
can't. He can't beat. He can, shoot. It's other people too. We ain't even mentioned. I don't think he can beat.
Think so? You want to drop a name or two? Because you it's
I
kind
would
of
love to see him in there with Jeremiah.
oh Nakatalia?
Yes.
Well, that okay, so it's I'm trying. All right, so let me figure this part out because you're on one end, you're just like, Loma is still really good. Lomachenko is still Lomachenko. But on the other end, it kind of sounds like you got about 10 fighters that you don't think he can beat. So do you think he's just drastically falling off that much?
I just think physically, he's still Lomachenko in terms of his skill and what he does as to make him great. But
Mm,
his physical is definitely falling off.
mm,
And all the fighters I said are still young, up and coming, super explosive. Ryan Garcia, Tank, Shakur, Frank Martin, me, Devin Haney. Like we are young and explosive and still got that energy. Jeremiah, we still young and still got that extra oomph. I don't think Lomachenko. I think Lomachenko is physically falling off.
How exactly do you see a fight between yourself and Loma kind of playing out, man?
I feel like it'll be a good fight, like up until like round six. I feel like me and Loma. I feel like we'll both be trying to figure each other out up until like round six, and then I think as the fight just get like older and older, I'm gonna just start, like I'm saying, kicking my gears. And I think Loma just gonna start decreasing. I'm not looking for a decrease in Loma. That's not what I'm looking for. What I'm saying is, I feel like what I'm gonna be doing in the ring
Mm,
is gonna make Loma decrease.
mm.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you I don't think that you typically predict stoppages, but if you guys were to fight, if that's something that you would kind of like go for, all right, got to the sixth round, seventh, he's slowing down, let me stop him. Or do you think it'll probably be like, nah, he's a wily veteran, he's still really good. It might just go to points, man.
Yeah, I would say like if I was to fight him like next fight,
Hmm.
I would definitely think. No, I won't say I would think, but I'm definitely preparing all the way for a 12 round fight. Like for Yigit, I was preparing for a 10 round, but I'm in my head like it's not really going 10. I don't think.
Mm.
Lomachenko, I'm definitely preparing for a full fight because like you were saying, he's a veteran. At the end of the day, he's a veteran, and For me to stop him in my next fight, I think I'll just have to hit him with 1,000 punches and they just wave it off.
Gotcha.
Or I hit him with Javante Davis one punch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not just gonna be like I'm stopping Lomachenko.
Gotcha. Fair enough, man. Fair enough. I know you just mentioned Nakatalia. Is that a fight that you kind of are hoping for? I know he has a fight coming up pretty soon. Are you kind of hoping that he is gonna end up fighting you like this year, maybe?
I would love to get the winner out of those two fighters.
Okay. Makes a lot of sense. I like it, man.
I love to get the winner, or depending on how bad one of them lose, the loser. If it's a fantastic fight, then I go from the losers to the winner, depending on where they rank at too. I get one of them first.
So okay, so just to kind of go back on the Loma thing, would you kind of want to throw your hat into the mix and be like, like I'm willing to fight the loser of Loma versus Devin? Like, is that something that you really want to push for next? Or are you just like, nah, let me just get kind of like I said with the Devin thing, you want at least two more fights under your belt before you fight him? Do you kind of want to get like maybe one or two more fights before you fight Loma? Or you just like, yo, he lost to Devin, I can get him next. Let's do it.
Yeah, I definitely take the loser out of those two for sure. I definitely take the loser out of those two.
Okay.
But how I feel about that, I'm just saying, I'm just answering your question. Yes, I will. On the business, I feel like how I feel like that is Lomachenko is who he is, right? I feel like if I skip the Jeremiah and the other kid, if I skip that too,
Jamaine
and just
Ortiz.
beat Jamaine, no, not Ortiz. Who's Jeremiah fighting?
Oh, well, yeah, that guy, yeah.
I skip those two and just beat Lomachenko, then how big of a fight is it going to be at those two?
Okay.
Because people are just going to look at it like, man, he just beat Lomachenko, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So since I'm 8-0 still, and we all still right here, I take the winner out of Raymond and Jeremiah.
Gotcha.
Or loser, how bad they lose. I take that because Lomachenko is still going to be where he's at.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying now. If you go all the way to the top and fight a guy like Loma and beat him, it's kind of hard to go back down and fight one of those guys. I understand what you're saying now. Okay. So all right, so yeah, let's go back to the whole Jamaine Ortiz thing, man. He's spoke to him right after your fight in the hallway. Might not sure if he saw the video. He says you got a lot of skills, but Jamaine, he's like, yo, dog, we can get it on this year if you want it, man. So what do you think?
Shoot. Honestly, I think Jamaine is ready for another payday. I think Jamaine, I think Jamaine, he know who he fighting. He know who he get himself into, and he also just see a lot of opportunity still. And a guy like Jamaine, he's never gonna turn an opportunity down. You know, he fought Jamel. He came on the scene, fought Jamel. He fought his. We all see he fought his heart out against Jamel, and he won. You know what I'm saying? He fought great against Lomachenko. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just a guy that never turns down opportunity. And I'm another guy that never turned down opportunity. You know, that I mentioned his name. So I just feel like Jamaine is definitely a good fighter too. The reason why I was calling him out. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I would love to fight Jamaine. I think that would be a hell of a fight. It's an easy fight to make. Also, another reason why I called him out. And I think just that fight itself is just going to be a hell of a fight because Jamaine likes to fight.
For sure. Trust me, I know. What do you kind of think about like his skills overall as a fighter, man?
I think Jamaine's a solid B minus C plus fighter. Um,
Only a C plus? That feels a little low. Feels a little low, man.
C minus B plus.
Okay.
I mean, C plus, B minus.
Where would you kind of like put him in the division? Is he like a top 10, top 15 guy to you, top 20, top 5? Where do you think?
In terms of the whole 135 division?
Yeah.
I'd say top 15.
That's interesting because I caught up with Bomac and I asked him the same thing, spoke about Frank, and then we spoke about Jamaine, and he pretty much put Jamaine in like the same spot you did, man. He said Jamaine is like number 13 or something like that in the division. Is Jamaine the type of guy that you probably need because he does have a pretty good name in the at 135. Is that the type of guy you think you probably need? And are you hoping Or do you think that fight can happen this year, man?
And need in terms of what?
Well, to kind of like push your name even more out there. You already are building a really good name for yourself, but at this point right now, I might say that Jamaine is he might be more well known than you just because he fought Lomachenko, so he might be a little bit more well known than you. So would you say that you would like to get a fight with him not just because he's a good fighter, but you could also build up your resume and your own star power?
Um, did we know Jamaine when he fought Jamel Herring?
Absolutely not. That's why I said when he fought Loma. That's why I said that.
So we knew Jamaine because it was another guy fighting Loma.
I think it's more so like the kind of like when not to the same degree, but nobody knew who Isak Cruz was before he fought Javante Davis. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that kind of thing. And now his name kind of blows up and stuff, Just like Yoshino. Nobody really knew Yoshino, but now he fought Shakur and his name's probably gonna blow up. So is a fight with Jamaine, do you think that fight can happen this year, man?
To answer that question, yes, I think the fight definitely can happen this year. He signed with Top Rank, right?
Yeah, for
Pretty
sure.
sure
For
signed
sure.
with Top.
Yeah.
That definitely can happen this year. That fight with me and Jeremiah can happen this year. Um, if he want to fight Lomachenko, that fight can happen this year as well. Raymond, I would love to beat the hell out of Raymond Mortalia. I don't know what he be talking about, what he be saying in his interviews. I just be laughing at that kid. That's a kid. When Floyd Mayweather fought Victor Ortiz, and he was just laughing like, man, I'm gonna beat the hell out of this kid. That's how I feel about Raymond. Like Raymond,
Is is he because when you mention his name, is he the guy that kind of gets under your skin a little bit? Like, I'm gonna really take care of business against this dude. Does he get under your skin, man?
my skin, like I said, he a dude I really laugh at. Like I really laugh at him. Like, bro, I would really fuck you. I would really fuck you up. Like, bro, you say all this crazy stuff. Oh, I need more rounds. This, I need more rounds. That, I need more rounds. And I never got dropped in nothing. Never came close to nothing. I never got hurt. I damn near back up in my fights. I stop all the guys that I need to stop. Like, come on, I control the fight from its starts to it ends. I never have any hiccups during my fight. Like Raymond, we cannot say the same thing about you in all your fights. So I don't know what you talk about with ring experience and all that stuff. You need to go back and watch boxing.
Got you, man. Before I wrap it up, I know, like we said before, you're hoping that you get that Virginia homecoming. I'm hoping too, because I'm pulling up. But if you get that, I gotta pull up, man. I gotta show love, man.
I would love to fight Raymond in my hometown too. He better be willing to take the fight because I wish he would come with that bigger fighter type shit. And Jamaine Ortiz, bro, chill on that, bro. Like we ain't out here the biggest stars in boxing, but Jamaine Ortiz.
So you don't think he's
And
like
I think you can't judge that off his loss with Loma.
so maybe not. I mean, I don't think he's a star or anything like that. But do you think he's a really good name to put on your resume to be like, yo, we knew Keyshawn was really good, but he just beat a legit dude just now. So that's the
Hell,
way I mean it.
definitely. Hell yeah. Another reason why I called him out. Like everything made sense. You know what I'm saying? But Frank Martin is just what the media like kind of built up, I would say. But like for everybody else, like that I entertain, like even if Mark Castro, Floyd Schofield, you never see me entertain Rayo. Like I really entertain like fights that really could be done.
Mm.
You know, Raymond, Moritalia, Jeremiah. You know what I'm saying? I only entertain fights that really could be done, like be made. Frank
Yeah.
Martin was different.
So I guess is it kind of like is it kind of irritating you to a certain degree because you said it's more so the media pushing it, even though you know the fight. Hopefully it can happen, but it doesn't feel too likely to happen next. So is it just to the point where you just like everybody's talking about Frank Martin? Like, I want to fight this dude. Like, are you just getting a little aggravated with that whole scenario, with that whole situation?
Hell no, I love when the media push for fights. They make my job and everybody else's job easier. They make matchmaking so easier. If
Mhm.
the fans want to see a fight, then goddamn it, make the fight happen. If the fans want to see after I beat Frank Martin, the fans is putting in some more media. Oh, Keyshawn can't beat him. Bet we got another fight being made. You know what I'm saying? I fight for the people. I'm a performer. I always say I'm gonna go in there and put in a great performance. You know what I'm saying? I fight for the people. If y'all want to see me beat this dude up, I will beat him up for y'all in a fantastic fashion. It's not just gonna be me going there beating somebody up. I'm gonna do extra shit that y'all love to see.
Look, I got one last question for you, man. Because a lot of fans when they see you in the ring, they just see you in the ring. They'll probably see you for like a few seconds talking on the mic and stuff like that and whatever. I've spoken to you plenty of times off the record, on the record. Like I've seen you a ton at fights and stuff like that. So I feel like I know you at least to a certain degree. But if you were like talking to fans, what do you feel like people misunderstand about you? Like kind of like opening the door. Like what do people not know about you, man?
Uh, I'm really one of these fighters. Really a fighter that really keep it real. Ain't no sugarcoating in me. I think people starting to really see that for themselves, but I keep it real. I don't lie. I don't know how to lie. Like
Mm.
everything I say is real about me. Like if I can really whoop your ass, I'm gonna say that. Like it's nothing fake about me. Everything authentic, man. You know what I'm saying? And even when you watch me fight, you can tell I'm having fun in there. You can see that I'm talking shit. Like you can see that I'm mad. You can see that I'm happy. You can see everything that I'm feeling. I'm showing is everything is just real. You know what I'm saying? From inside and outside that ring. So I really feel like either you gonna love me as a fighter or you gonna hate me. But I feel like real boxing fans is gonna love me.
Gotcha. Love to hear it, man. Yo, you already know. Always appreciate your time, brother. You already know we will talk again, man. Always love, man.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, man.
My man.
Hell yeah.